the princess who smelled like flowers but was rejected by all the kings. In the heart of the old continent, beyond the rivers that hum lullabies to the moon, past mountains whose peaks kiss the sky, there was a kingdom known only in the whispers of baobab trees and the songs of griots. And in that forgotten kingdom lived a princess unlike any other. She was born with a gift, a curse, a wonder. Wherever she walked, the scent of blooming flowers followed, roses, hibiscus, gardenia. People wept when she passed, not from sadness, but from the overwhelming beauty of her presence. Yet, not a single king, prince, or noble would ask for her hand. This is the story of Adesuwa, the princess who smelled like flowers but was rejected by all the kings. The rain had stopped falling just moments before she was born. Thunder whispered farewell, and the sky opened to reveal the stars. A cool wind swept through the village of Ekanle as the first cry of the baby echoed from the palace. Oba Akalapa, the wise and weary king of Ekanle, held the newborn in trembling hands. The scent hit him first. Roses, then lilies, then frangipani, all in one breath. He looked down. The child's skin glowed like morning dew on cola leaves. Her eyes were amber fireflies, dancing even in the dark. "She is not of this world," the midwife whispered. "She is Adesuwa," the queen said softly, "born to remind us what beauty smells like." As Adesuwa grew, her scent grew stronger. When she played among the palace gardens, bees circled her in gentle swarms. The trees bowed slightly, as if trying to reach her fragrance. But when she turned 12, the trouble began. No cook could stay in the kitchen. The smell of flowers overpowered the aroma of food. The royal guards, once firm and focused, became dazed and distracted. And when she entered the market, chickens stopped clucking, traders lost their words, and even the goats bleated in confusion. The people called her Iyami Os, mother of perfume. They adored her, but they feared her. On her 18th birthday, the first king arrived, Obanjoku of the Riverlands. Tall, handsome, and proud, his people believed he could charm crocodiles. He stepped into the hall of Adesuwa with drums and dancers. He saw her. He smiled. But within minutes, his smile faded. His eyes watered. He held his nose. He staggered. "It is too much," he whispered. "It is unbearable." And he left, covering his face with a silk cloth soaked in bitter herbs. More kings came, from the mountains of Lufu, the valleys of Kade, the desert temples of Abadu. Each left quickly, dizzy, weeping, gasping. "She smells of heaven," one said, "but it burns my soul." One night, Adesuwa fled the palace in silence. She wrapped herself in cloth soaked in charcoal and bitter leaf. She had heard of a woman, an old seer, who lived beneath the mirror tree. Through the forest she wandered. Birds flew backward. Leaves turned silver when she passed. The old woman sat beneath the tree, chewing kola nut and humming. "You want to be loved," she said, before Adesuwa even spoke. "I want to be accepted," the princess whispered. "Then learn this truth," the woman said. "The flower that blooms without asking the soil why never waits for the sun to approve." Adesuwa blinked. The woman offered her a gourd. "Drink this, and you will learn who truly sees you." She drank. The stars above flickered. The forest spun, and her journey truly began. When she awoke, she was not in the forest. She stood in a place between worlds. A voice thundered, "To be truly loved, you must pass 3 trials: sight, scent, and soul." Trial 1, sight. She stood before a mirror. In it, she saw herself, but not as she expected. She was wrinkled, hair gray, eyes tired. A voice asked, "Would you love you if beauty faded?" She nodded. "I am more than petals and perfume." Trial 2, scent. She walked through a chamber filled with incense, dung, spices, and blood. The scent of her own body fought with each. A voice asked, "If no one desired your scent, would you still walk proud?" "Yes," she whispered, "because my essence is not for their comfort." Trial 3, soul. She met herself, another version, cloaked in shadow. It spat at her. "You are alone because no one can handle you." Adesuwa embraced it. "Yes, but I was not made to be handled. I was made to be known." Adesuwa returned to the kingdom changed. Her scent remained. But something within had bloomed even greater, and then he came. Not a king, not a prince, a wanderer, a sculptor, a man with no nose. His name was Ochieng. He had lost his nose in battle years ago, but he saw with his soul. He spoke with his hands, and when he stood before Adesuwa, he did not flinch. He knelt. "I do not smell your scent," he said, "but I see your spirit, and it is intoxicating." Tears fell from Adesuwa's eyes, not from rejection, but from finally being seen. Ochieng did not seek to marry her for status. He carved statues from wood and told stories through stone. Adesuwa found herself laughing, dancing, breathing. She no longer tried to mask her scent. She let it flow. And strangely, the kingdom grew to love it again, not because it was sweet, but because it was hers. Ochieng and Adesuwa were married in a grove of jasmine and ash trees, and as they kissed, flowers bloomed from the ground around them. Some said the man with no nose had been sent by the gods. Others said he had no nose so he could teach the world how to see. But what we know is this: love is not always drawn to what pleases the senses. Sometimes it is drawn to what frees the soul. And so the princess who smelled like flowers, who was once rejected by all the kings, became the queen of her own story.